everyone, my name is Arjun Mungbar, and in this video we will discuss what is the mean by maxima of a function, minimum of a function, and both maxima and minima simultaneously. We can say extrema means either maxima, minima, and somewhere something saddle point, point of inflection. So all those things we will discuss in one variable. So let's start with the video. So maxima, minima, or extrema. So let's start with the definition. What is the definition of local maxima? Local maxima is also known as relative maxima. So definition is very pretty much simple. A function fx is said to have a local maxima at a point x equal to a if there exists a small interval around a. Means if this a is a point, then you have to create one small interval, and that interval, at that point all other value of the function is less than at that point. You can clearly see all those, only this point function have the maximum value, otherwise all those value of the function is less than is this functional value. Fa means functional value. So we are saying for every x near a, the function have minimum value. That means we are saying local maxima. Why we are saying local maxima? Because can another point function have another maxima, local maxima? So after finding all local, we will check which one is the best maximum, and that we will say this is global maxima. So that is the meaning by local maxima. So first, finding local maxima, you can just see, first of all, find the derivative equal to 0. Derivative means where the tangent is 0. If tangent is 0, at that point you can see the function will change. The function will change at that point. By the derivative, you can say if derivative is changing plus to minus, that means local maxima, and if derivative change sign minus to plus, that means local minima. And the definition of local maxima is, either you can say by the derivative test f dash equal to 0 and double derivative less than 0, or either you can say a function fx is said to have local maxima at point x equal to a if there exists a small interval around a such that at those interval or neighborhood all the value of the function is less than the value of the function at a. That means the function have local maxima at that point. Same thing for the minima. If function fx is said to have a local minima at x equal to a if there exists a small interval around a such that the function have minimum value, at that point all other value of the function are greater than this functional value. That means this function have the, that point function have the minimum, because other value are maximum and this only value is minimum. That means this point is local minima, and we will see by how we can find the minima after solving the question. Now come to the point, what is the global maxima and global minima? For global maxima, global minima, only the difference, instead of taking neighborhood near a, you are taking for every x in domain. Domain can be interval and can be overall R. So that is the difference. If function fx has a global maxima at a, if fa means at that point all other value of the function is less than, or you can say all other value at that point function is greater than fx for every x in domain. Same for local minima, all other value of the function is greater than means at that point function have the minimum value for every x in domain. That is called the global minima of the function. Now here you can see in the graph, this also have the minimum, local minima, local minima, local minima, but on all overall local minima, this is the global minima. And same for local maxima, this is maximum, this is maximum, this is maximum, but all over this is the topmost value. So that is called global maxima. So local can be global also. So this local maxima become global maxima. Now come to the part of next thing, definition of critical point. So a point x equal to a, c, whatever, a point x equal to c in the domain of fx where f dash equal to 0 and f dash or either fx is f dash at that point is not defined, that point will become the critical point. Means at that point where the derivative is either not defined or derivative become 0 is the critical point. The classic example is mod x. Mod x is not defined at x equal to 0 because the derivative means unique tangent. So at 0 you cannot find the unique tangent. So you can say the derivative is not defined means dy over dx not defined, but function should be defined at that point. So at that point the function have the critical point at that point. And now stationary point, for stationary point derivative should be 0 means tangent is horizontal or parallel to the x-axis. And point of inflection we already discussed, f dash equal to 0, and you can change double derivative change sign, or either you can check double derivative 0 and triple derivative also be 0. And in the case of saddle point is that point where f dash 0 and double derivative also 0. That's it. No need to check anything, because if derivative 0, double derivative is also 0 means neither maxima and nor minima. So that is called the saddle point. Now come to the questions. Now with the help of the question we will discuss. So local maxima. So local maxima means local maxima. Local maxima means if you have a function at any point a, fx means function value is less than fa, or this x near x equal to a, means at this point all the other value of the function, if you will see the other value of the function, So other value function is less than this point. So that means this point at x equal to a become what? Local maxima, because all other value of the function are either less than or either equal. So this point will become local maxima. Or either you can say by the f dash equal to 0. F dash equal to 0 means tangent is parallel at that point and double derivative is less than 0. Double derivative less than 0 means concave down. Concave down means the shape of like this. And if f dash equal to 0 and f double dash greater than 0 means concave up. Concave up. Double derivative greater than 0 means concave up, means cup shape. So if you have cup shape like this and concave down means shape like this. So if your have concave down, that means your tangent is going in up direction, up direction, up direction means sign of the tangent, and after that tangent going in the changing the sign. How the curve is changing sign? If you see the angle, that's make the angle which is greater than 90 degree. That's why angle will be negative at that if that change the sign. So you can say by if plus to minus, if f dash change sign means plus to minus, then that means plus to minus, that's mean function have what? Function have maxima at that point. And if any of the point your curve is like going to the negative to positive, because it's making angle more than 90 degree, and at this point your minus become plus, means tangent minus to plus, that means at that point where this change, that is called the maximum. At neighborhood is change the sign, so this point a become the what? Minus to plus, so this point become minima point. So plus to minus means maxima and minus to plus means maxima. I hope this was the clear. And also same for, you can say by the definition of fx is greater than or equal to at a point for every x near a, for every x near a, or you can say neighborhood of a. So if every neighborhood of a function have the greater than value, then this point will become what? Minimum point, means minima. So this will become minima, or we are saying for locally, so that will become local minima. So we will say this is local minima. And also you can say by simply f dash equal to 0 and f double dash is less than 0. Less than 0 means concave down, and concave down shape like this means tangent going upside to downside, that means maxima. And f dash equal to 0, f double dash greater than 0 means concave up. Concave up means cup shape, and cup shape means your at this point negative to positive. So negative to positive, tangent change sign negative to positive means this will become minima. Or you can understand by this only: double derivative greater than 0 minima, and double derivative less than 0 maxima. And double derivative, single derivative represent what? This represents slope of the curve, and double derivative represent the how slope is fastly changes. So it's represent change in slope, how fast slope is changing. Or you can say rate of change of slope. So you can say rate of change of slope. Also you can say this is concavity, where the function change their slope, it's called concavity. And for, if we will talk about the saddle point, so saddle point definition is what? F dash means y dash equal to 0, or you can say derivative of the function is 0, and double derivative also 0, that means saddle point. And double derivative 0 means neither concave up nor down, means not change sign, that means saddle point. And point of inflection means double derivative should be 0. We don't care about the first derivative. Double derivative should be 0, and triple derivative should not be 0. Means double derivative 0 means curve is changing sign, and if curve is changing sign, then you have to check the sign of y double dash. If y double dash is greater than 0, means concave up, and y double dash less than 0 means concave down. Now let's solve the questions. So let's start with the question. Our first question is: find the local maxima and minima of the function fx equal to x cube minus 3x plus 1. x cube minus 3x plus 1. y equal to x cube minus 3x plus 1, we have to find out the local maxima and minima. Local maxima and minima. So first of all, how we will find? First of all, first differentiate, find the derivative. So solution is differentiate with respect to x. So this will give you dy over dx 3x square minus 3, and after this we have to put derivative 0 because we want to check where is the tangent is 0. So dy over dx equal to 0 for maxima and minima. For finding maxima and minima, you have to put dy over dx 0. For maxima and minima, put dy over dx equal to 0. That means 3x square minus 3 equal to 0. Now you can take 3 common, then this will give you x square minus 1 equal to 0. It implies that you can say x minus 1, x plus 1 equal to 0. It implies that x equal to 1 comma minus 1. Means you have critical point. That's point also called critical point, because critical point and stationary point are not exactly same, but critical point is where the tangent is also not defined. That is also a critical point. So you can say stationary point, STATIONARY. Stationary point means where tangent becomes stationary. So stationary point is x equal to 1 and x equal to minus 1. So we have to check double derivative now. So find the double derivative. So stationary point is x equal to 1 comma minus 1. Now double derivative for, now find the double derivative d2y over dx square. So d2y over dx square will give you what? From here you can see one time more derivative. If you do one time more derivative, then you will get 6x and minus will become 0, and we have to check at the point only. So d2y over dx square means y double dash at x equal to 1. So at x equal to 1, this will give you 6, and 6 is positive. So 6 is positive means if double derivative positive means minima, and y double dash at x equal to minus 1. If you put minus 1, this give you minus 6, means less than 0 means maxima. So you can say from here, at x equal to 1, function have what? At x equal to 1, function have minima, and at x equal to minus 1, function have maxima. And if someone ask you the tell the exact point, this is only x coordinate. If anyone want to y coordinate, then also you can say at x equal to 1, y1 equal to means functional value. So what is the y? So our y is 3x, our y is x cube minus 3x plus 1. So our y cube is, we already know what is our y cube. Y cube is x cube minus 3x plus 1. So just put the value and you will get 1 minus 3 plus 1. So this will give you what? Minus 1 at x equal to minus 1. So at x equal to minus 1, just put the value, and this will give you minus 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 plus, and this again plus. So this will give you what? This cancel out, this will give you 3. So point, critical points are, or you can say stationary points are, or whatever you want to say. So at what? At 1 comma minus 1, at x equal to 1, what was the minima? So at x equal to 1, function have minima, and x equal to minus 1, the value of the function is 3. So you can represent in the graph. So function have maxima. That's it. And if you want to draw the graph, then you can use Desmos. And here we can clearly see by the graph, this is the graph of this function x cube minus 3x plus 1, and clearly you can see at minus 1 comma 3, function have local maxima, and 1 comma minus 1, function have the what? Local minima. We are not going in much detail what is global maxima, global minima, but locally the function, for globally you should have to interval, and interval means domain should have to, then only you can check globally. So here you don't have any interval, so that's why you cannot check globally. So that's why whatever the minima maxima you are getting, that is all are local maxima or minima at that point, because you don't know the other movements. So now let's move on the next question. So our next question is find the extrema. Extrema means maxima or minima, whatever is there, just find the extrema. Our function is x square e to the power minus x. So let's solve this. X square e to the power minus x. So our next question is y equal to x square e to the power minus x. We have to find extrema. Extrema means either maxima or minima. Either maxima or minima, or both, anything. So just solve this question and let's see. So solution is, first differentiate. So this will give you first function same derivative of second function plus second function same derivative of first function, and after this we have to put this function 0. So from here we can take this common, and now put y dash equal to 0. So if you put y dash equal to 0, then e to the power minus x, 2x minus x square equal to 0 because e to the power x never 0 from here. So you can say 2x minus x square equal to 0. And if this, then you can take x common. So this will give you 2 minus x equal to 0. So x equal to 0 comma 2. So 0 comma 2 are the critical point, or you can say stationary point. So it implies that x equal to 0 comma 2 are the critical point or stationary point. STATIONARY, stationary points. So now we have to find d2y over dx now. So our function, we already know what is our function. This is the function dy over dx. Now differentiate again. So first function same, we have to differentiate second function. So this will give you minus 2x plus 2, second function, plus second function same, differentiate first function. Second function same means minus x square plus 2x, and differentiation of e to the power minus x will give you what? E to the power minus x will give you minus e to the power minus x. So now again you can take e to the power minus x common, and from here you will get 2x plus 2, and this minus if multiply inside here, then what you will get? So you will get what? You will get minus minus plus, so this will give you plus x square and minus 2x, and from here you will get what? E to the power minus x, and so here we get x square, this minus 2x will give minus 4x plus 2. So this is double derivative. Now we have to check the value, what is sign is positive or negative. So at x equal to 0 we have to check y double dash. So y double dash at x equal to 0 is e to the power minus 0, and this 0 minus 0 plus 2, e to the power 0 is 1, and overall this value is 2. 2 is greater than 0 means if double derivative greater than 0, that means minima, and at x equal to 2, I think other critical point, our critical point is 2. So just check y double dash at 2 equal to e to the power minus 2, and this will give you what? 4 minus 4 to the 8 plus 2. So this will give you what? Minus 2 e to the power minus 2. We know e to the power x is positive quantity, and positive multiplied by negative, it's negative. That means negative value means less than 0. So this is less than 0 means negative, and if y double dash negative, that means maxima. And if you want to draw on the 2D coordinate, then you have to find the value of y. So points are for finding the 2D coordinate. So just find the value at x equal to 0, y 0 means the functional value. Just put inside the function and you will get the value of the y. So we are taking just function, and after this we will just put the value. Let's see if we will put the value inside this function. Let's say what we will get. The 0 means 0 into e to the power 0 means 0. At x equal to 2, if you put x equal to 2, this will give you what? Y2 means just 4 e to the power minus 2. So the coordinate of the point are maxima and minima coordinates of point of the so the coordinate of maxima and minima points are 0 comma 0. At x equal to 0, y is 0, and so at x equal to 0 comma 0 function have minima, and at 2 comma 4 e to the power minus 2 function have maxima. And here if you draw the graph by the Desmos, then you can clearly see how the graph of this function looks like. So see, this is the graph, and at 0 0 function have the minima, and this point, if you see, at this point function have the maxima. So 0 0 is minimum point, and 2 comma 4 upon e square is maximum point. So you can clearly see by the after drawing the Desmos. So let's move on the next question. So our next question is find the local minima and maxima of the function x cube minus 3x square plus 2. So this is very easy. X cube minus 3x square plus 2. X cube minus 3x square plus 2. We have to find the maxima and minima. So same thing we have to do again. So solution is dy over dx equal to 3x square minus 6x, and also find double derivative, because after that we have to find the double derivative also. So this will give you what? 6x minus 6. Now put y dash equal to 0 for maxima and minima. So this will give you 3x square minus 6x equal to 0. From here you can take 3x common. This will give you x minus 2 equal to 0. So x equal to 0 comma 2. So we have x equal to 0 comma 2. Now let's check at x equal to 0. So at x equal to 0, double derivative y double dash 0 equal to 6 into 0 minus 6 equal to minus 6, less than 0 means maxima. So this will give maxima because sign is in negative, and at x equal to 2, y double dash 2 will give you what? 6 into 2 minus 6 means 12, minus 6 positive 6, and double derivative less than 0 means minima. So this will give you what? Minima. So this is the point of minimum. And if you want to know the coordinate, then for finding the coordinate we have to put the value instead of the inside the function. So at x equal to 0, our y0 will become, what is our y? So in this case our y is x cube minus 3x square plus 2. So in this case our y we know, so just put the value inside this. So 0 will give you what? 2, and at x equal to 2 this will give you y2. So y2 will give what? 8 minus 3 to the 3 into 4 plus 2. So 8 minus 12 plus 2, 10 minus 2. So coordinates are 0 comma 2 and 2 comma minus 2. So at 0 comma 2 function have what? Function have maxima, and at 0 comma at what? 2 comma x value 2, y value minus 2 function have minima. And if you want to see by the graph, then you just use the Desmos, and the graph is looks like this. See, at 0 comma 2 function have the maxima, and 2 comma minus 2 function have the minima. So here you can clearly see at the point 0 comma 2 function have local maxima, at the point of 2 minus 2 function have the local minima. Now come to the next question. Our next question is find the global extrema. So for the global extrema you should have two intervals, so that's why interval is there. So we have to check the points it's lie inside this. So first of all, see the question. Find the global maxima and minima of the function fx equal to x cube minus 3x plus 1 on the interval minus 2 comma 2. Let's see. So our question is x cube minus 3x plus 1. So let's start with the question. X cube minus 3x plus 1, and interval is minus 2 comma 2. So just find the critical point. So same thing we have to do. Solution: dy over dx equal to what? 3x square minus 3, and y double dash means d2y over dx square is what? Just differentiate one more time this overall thing. So this will give you 6x. So now you get it. Now for maxima and minima, put y dash equal to 0, then only you can see where is the tangent is horizontal. So y dash equal to 0 means 3x square minus 3 equal to 0, and from here you can take 3 common, so this will give you x square minus 1 equal to 0. So from here you will get what? X equal to plus 1 comma minus 1. So these are the point. And now we have interval minus 2 comma 2. So we have to see this is our global interval minus 2, and this is our 2, and critical point are what? Critical point are minus 1 and plus 1, because plus 1 is there. So this is the our interval minus 2 to 2, and their function is have the problem, means critical point there, means function is changing sign. So we need to check is at 2 function have maximum value, at 2 which is the value. So we have to check all those things. So just check at what is the double derivative says in this case. So y double dash at plus 1, critical point means for critical point y double dash is 6x, so this will give you 6 means positive minima, and y double dash at minus 1, this will give minus 6 means maxima. So this is what? Minima, and this is what? Maxima. So now now we have to check the functional value, what the functional value says at the point. So at the point means y equal to 1, what is the functional value? So just put the value so that we will get the functional value at this point. So we have to check the functional value. So if you put here at x equal to 1, this will give you functional value at x equal to 1. So at x equal to 1, so at x equal to 1, y equal to 1 means this will give 1 minus 3 plus 1 means minus 1, and at x equal to minus 1, this y minus 1 will give minus 1 minus 3 minus plus 3 plus 1, this will give what? Plus 3. And these are the local minima and local maxima. So at x equal to 1 and at x equal to minus 1. So at x equal to 1 was this, x equal to 1 was the minimum point. So this is the local minima. Now we have to confirm this is local maxima or not. And y equal to minus 1 was the local maxima. So this is what? Local maxima. Now we have to confirm this is actually local or global. So we have to check at this point also, because these also are the stationary point or critical point. So just check here also. At x equal to minus 2, what is the function value? So at x equal to 2 minus 2, just put the value. So this will give you what? Minus 8 minus minus plus 3 to the 6 plus 1. So this will give minus 8 plus 7 equal to minus 1. So at minus 2, the value of the function is minus 1, and at x equal to plus 2, just put the value 8 minus 6 plus 1, 8, this will 9 minus 6 will give 3. So at x equal to 2, the value of the function is 3. So see, our total critical points are, so we have only these 4 critical points: minus 2, minus 1, plus 1 and plus 2. And this critical point minus 2 and minus 2 have the value of the function minus 1, and this 1 also have the value minus 1. Means in both of these point the have local minima, and that local minima value is minus 1. And same come to the point 2, and 2 and minus 1 function have the same value, and that same value is plus 3. So at this point 3 at minus 1 and 3 at 2, so both of those point function have the local maximum value 3. So both of the point will become globally, because we are just considering only this interval. If let's say if 2 will give the value 4, then this 2 will give you the global maxima. And if 2 at point 2 the function value will be the 1, then this minus 1 will become global maxima. But here both of the local point will become globally maxima and minima. So hence we can say, hence at x equal to 2 comma 1, at x equal to minus 2 comma 1, function have local local minima, or instead of local, now it's local become global, because we have interval. So at x equal to minus 2 comma 1, function have global minima, and at x equal to 2 comma minus 1, 2 comma minus 1 value is 3 3, 2 comma minus 1 function have global maxima. So that's how we can solve the questions. Now our next question is, find the interval where the function is increasing and decreasing, and this is also important. So for finding the increasing and decreasing, we have to just check the derivative sign in the interval, and where we have to check where derivative will become 0, there only we have to check the sign only. So first of all, our question is, determine interval where this fx equal to x cube minus 3x square minus 9x plus 5 is increasing or decreasing. We have to find that interval. So let's start with the question. X cube minus 3x square. So our question is, x cube minus 3x square, x cube minus 3x square minus 9 plus 5, minus 9x plus 5, and we have to find out the interval, and we have to find out the interval of increasing and decreasing. Find the interval. So we have to find the interval where function is increasing and decreasing. Find the interval where function is increasing and decreasing. So same thing we have to do. First do the solution, find the derivative. So y equal to this, so dy over dx equal to what? 3x square minus 6x minus 9. Put y dash equal to 0, so that you will get where is the tangent is flat. So this will give 3x square minus 6x minus 9 equal to 0. Here you can see this 3 you can take common and just cancel out, minus 2x minus 3 equal to 0. And if you just factorize this, x square minus, because the factor of 3, so that minus will give you 2. So 3 minus 1, so 3 minus 1, x minus 3 equal to 0. So this will give you x square minus 3x minus minus plus x minus 3 equal to 0. From here you can take x common, x minus 3 plus 1 x minus 3 equal to 0, and from here you can say x minus 3 common, and this will give you x plus 1 equal to 0, and here you will get x minus 1 comma 3. So from here you will get x minus 1 comma 3. So let's just draw the line. Minus 1 is here somewhere and 3 is here. So we have two critical points, and we have to check at less than minus 1 sign of the function, greater than 3 sign of function, and between of these minus 1 and 3 sign of the function. So we have to check sign of the function means derivative sign of the function, so that we can say function is increasing or decreasing. If slope of the function going upside means increasing function, if the slope of function going in downside means negative slope, means decreasing function. So let's check with the help of the slope. So our y dash is what? Y dash is y dash equal to, our y dash is x minus 3x plus 1. This is our y dash. and if you want to see this 3 you can take common, then this from here you can see this is our y dash. Now let's check the sign. At x less than -1, at x less than -1 you can take any of the minus value. So you can take -2, -3, whatever you want to take, just you can choose any of the value. So for my understanding I am just taking -2. You can take any of the value. So if you took -2, then what you this will give -2 -3 -2 plus 1. So this will give what? 3 -5 and -1. So minus minus will give you value, whatever value is giving, that is you can say positive. We are don't care about what is the value. So because we just interesting in the sign, so this is greater than 0 means positive, and if positive then here derivative positive means here function, our function is increasing, means function graph will go upside. That is the meaning of increasing. Now come to the next, greater than 3. So let's say at x is greater than 3, so you can take any of the value. So for now I am taking 4. You can take any of the value which is greater than 3. You can take 10, whatever you want to take. So for my understanding I'm taking 4. You can take any of the value. 4 minus 3, 4 plus 1, and you can clearly see this is positive, this is positive. So overall positive means again increasing, increasing, increasing means here also tangent going upside, means here also function is increasing. Now we have to check in this interval -1 to 3. So between -1 to 3. So -1 to 3 you can take any of the point, any of the point, but for my understanding I am taking 0. You can take any of the 0, 1, 2, whatever you want to take. So now your y dash will become what? At 0, this will give you what? I am taking 0, so y dash 0, any of the point you can choose. So this will give you 3, and if you put the 0, this will give -3, and 0, this will give 1. So this overall sign of this is negative. Negative means decreasing. decreasing, decreasing. So in between -1 to 3 function is decreasing, means now you have idea from this side to, from, if you see here your function is going upside, and after that -1 to 3 is decreasing, and after that again after 3 function is going to increasing. We don't say exact curve, but this curve look like this only. So the interval where the function is increasing you can clearly see, hence minus infinity to -1 function is increasing, and after this 3 to infinity, so union 3 to infinity function is what? Increasing. Now come to the part of between -1 to 3 function is decreasing. So our interval where function is increasing minus infinity to -1, and after that 3 to infinity function is increasing, and after that function is decreasing. So we can clearly see, if we will just plot the graph in the Desmos, then we can clearly see. So here you can see the graph in the Desmos. So this is the graph. See, from, if you see from less than -1 function is going upside, increasing, and after -1 to 3 function is going downside, means decreasing, or you can say slope also going downside, and after that slope is increasing means function is increasing. So via the slope also you can say function is increasing. Either you can directly say, if you come left to right function is going upside means increasing, and left to right function is going downside means decreasing. Also you can say by the slope, means if derivative is greater than 0 means increasing, derivative is less than 0 means decreasing. Now from here we can conclude that, what we can conclude from here, see, we can say for derivative just say f dash equal to 0, and put f dash 0, find x, those x will be the your stationary point, and after that check double derivative. If double derivative greater than 0 then what? Minima, and if double derivative less than 0 means maxima, and also double derivative greater than 0 we can say concave up means cup shape, and this we can say concave down. Concave down means down shape, and concave up, if you will see, this is the concave up, and this is, you can see this is what? Concave down. And if concave down, then you can see derivative is going plus to minus, and from here you can see derivative is going minus to plus. So from here you can conclude that if concave up, then function have what? Function have minima, and if double derivative less than 0 then function have maxima. So from here we can conclude that if f dash equal to 0 and f double dash also equal to 0, then we directly say this is saddle point. And we also know saddle point can be point of inflection. Saddle point always not, but can be. saddle point can be point of inflection, and when the saddle point become point of inflection if double derivative 0 and triple derivative also 0. But here we don't care about the first derivative. So saddle point can, if saddle point, that means first derivative 0, second derivative 0. But if triple derivative is not equal to 0, then this point will become point of inflection. So for being point of inflection, only thing you have to remember, y double dash equal to 0 and y triple dash is not equal to 0. Means every saddle point is can be point of, means saddle point can be point of inflection, but point of inflection cannot be saddle, can be, but most generally not, because y triple dash should not be 0, and we don't care about the y dash equal to 0 or not in the point of inflection, because we just care about y double dash sign, means how these are changing. And what y double dash represent, y double dash represent the rate of change of tangent, and y dash represent rate of change of function. So this is the difference between y double dash and y double dash and y dash. Now let's see the last question, and the last question is categorize the critical point and point of inflection. Means here just to understand the critical point. Critical point. A critical point can be maximum point, minimum point, or saddle point. Means neither maximum nor minimum. But point of inflection is different from the critical point. For critical point, for being critical point, we have to just see, just differentiate either not defined. Tangent is equal to, means derivative equal to 0 or not defined. But for being maxima, minima, or saddle, it should be critical point. So just solve this question. So given, let's start with given y equal to x to the power 4 minus 4x cube. Now find dy over dx, means y dash dy over dx equal to 4x cube minus 12x square. And for critical point, or saddle or maxima minima, whatever you want to say, y dash equal to 0. So if you put y dash equal to 0, 4x cube minus 12x square equal to 0. From here you can take 4x common, so you will get what, 4x square you can take common. So from here you will get minus 3 equal to 0. So x equal to 0 comma 3. So these are our two critical points. Now we have to check this is maxima, minima, or saddle what. So for this we have to find double derivative. So from here we can find out double derivative. So y double dash equal to, if we just differentiate once again, we will get what, 12x square minus 24x. So this is our y double derivative. And now we have to check at x equal to 0, what is the sign of y double dash. So at x equal to 0, this will give you 0. And if y double dash 0 means saddle point, directly you can say saddle point. But if triple dash is not 0, then just check triple dash also. If triple dash not 0, then this will become what, point of inflection. So let's check. Right now this is saddle point, it can be, so just find triple dash also. So 12 to the 24x minus 24. So y triple dash 0 equal to what, y triple dash 0 equal to minus 24. So this is not equal to 0. So this y equal to 0 is the saddle point, but this saddle point become point of inflection. So directly we can say, sorry, not y equal to 0, x equal to 0. Now let's check for at x equal to 3. At x equal to 3, y double dash at x equal to 3. So at y double dash 3, this will give 12 into 3 3 is 9 minus 24 into 3. So at 3 this will give what, we can say 12 into 3 into 3 minus 12 into 2 into 3. So from here we can take common what, 12 into 3 and 3 minus 2. So this will give 36. So this is what, positive, greater than 0. Greater than 0 means minima. So at x equal to 3, function have what, minima, and at x equal to 0, function have what, saddle point. But see, the most important thing, student always mistake here, always write this is a saddle point. We already checked, it will be saddle point if that y triple dash will be 0. But here this is y triple dash is not 0. Y triple dash is not equal to 0, and not equal to 0 means that point will become point of inflection. So this is not saddle point, because we have to investigate, and we investigate this is not saddle point, this is the point of inflection. So we will say x equal to 0, function at x equal to 0, function have point of inflection, means curve change sign, point of inflection. and if curve changing sign at that point, then generally we will represent by this point of inflection. So at x equal to 0, function have the point of inflection, and you can say this point function doesn't have local maxima or minima. At this point x equal to 0, function doesn't have any local maxima and minima. You can say saddle point, but already you investigate this is in point of inflection, so you have to say this is point of inflection, not saddle point. Now come to the theory for finding the point of inflection, because finding the point of inflection is different approach. And how we can find the point of inflection? So point of inflection, for point of inflection, put y double dash equal to 0. So what is our y double dash? Our y double dash is what? Y double dash is 12x square minus 24x. So 12x square minus 24x equal to 0. If we will put 0 here, from here we can take 12x common, then from here we get 12x common, then x minus 2, then from here we get x comma 0, 2. X equal to 0, we already know this is what point of inflection. So we have to just investigate about the x equal to 2. Then we already know what is y triple dash. So what is our y triple dash? Y triple dash is 24x minus 24. 24x minus 24, and if you see, if you check y triple dash at 2, then y triple dash is what? 24 into 2 means positive. So this is positive, not equal to 0, means x equal to 2 is also a point of inflection. So x equal to 0 comma 2 are both point of inflection, and x equal to only this 3, x equal to 3 is the only critical point where function have what? Minima, because at x equal to 3 function has minima. At this point function have minima. And also if you want to check, other than this triple derivative rule, if you want to check the sign change, then also you can do. This is complementary, I'm just checking, otherwise no need to check. So y double dash is what? Our y double dash is 12x square minus 24x. 12x square minus 24x. Now we have to check, because for double derivative, for finding the point of inflection, you have to put double derivative 0, and after that we get 0 comma 2. Then we have to check at x equal to 0, what is the sign of this? If y double dash greater than 0, that means concave up, and if y double dash less than 0 means concave down. So from here we can clearly notice this. We can say this is y double dash equal to 12x, we can take common, this will give our x minus 2. So at x, now check for x less than 0, if it's changing sign. So at x, not x equal to 0, we have to check less than 0 and greater than 0. So let's do this. So at x less than 0 and x greater than 0, if it's changing sign, that means point of inflection. So x less than 0 means if this is our x-axis and this is 0 and this is 2, then just check here and here. So x less than 0, you can take any of the value, let's say minus 1. So if you put minus 1 here, then 12 minus 12, and if you put minus 1 here, then this will give minus 3, means positive. So this overall quantity is positive, means greater than 0. At x less than 0, the function sign is what? Positive. Now double derivative sign is positive. Now come to this part, x greater than 0. If x greater than 0, you can take any of the value, let's say 1. So if you put 1 here, this will give you 12, and this will give you what? 1 minus 2. And 1 minus 2 means, because we are not going beyond 2, so 1 minus 2 means we are just in near neighborhood of just 0. So, and 1 is not critical point, that's why we can take, otherwise we have to construct ourselves between this neighborhood of 0. So here you will get what? Negative sign. So your sign is changing near 0, positive to negative. So that means if your sign is changing, means this is point of inflection. So that's why we can say, because sign is changing, hence x equal to 0 is point of inflection. No need to check by this, either you can directly go with the triple derivative rule. This is complementary, I'm just trying to give you intuition. Now let's come to this part of doing this. Now come here. At x less than 2 and x greater than 2, if x is less than 2, you can take any of the value, let's say whatever you want to take 1.5, but it will make complicated, so we can take 1 because 1 is not a stationary point. That's why we can take from here. Or if you will take any of the value just less than 2, then clearly from here you can say if you are taking just less than 2, it will be what? Negative. So this y double dash will be what? Negative means 0, because less than 2, not go beyond 0, just neighborhood of 2. So just less than 2 means this is positive and this is negative, overall negative. Positive minus negative, negative. Positive into negative, negative. Now come to here, just greater than 2, this give you overall positive, and just positive, so positive into positive, positive. So y double dash is positive, so sign is changing negative to positive. That means again sign change. So if sign change means, hence x equal to 2 is also point of inflection. So this is the complementary how you can check by the sign rule. Otherwise directly you can go with the triple derivative, but be sure for finding the point of inflection just to put double derivative 0, and those double derivative 0, those points will become point of inflection. And if y dash 0 and you find the critical point, and that critical point is nor maxima and minima, then that point can be point of inflection. And if that is not point of inflection, then you can say this is only saddle point, because saddle point can be point of inflection, but you know this is saddle point is point of inflection, then say only inflex point of inflection, not saddle point. That's it, and that's for today's video. Thank you guys. I hope all the terminology, whatever I just tell you, all are clear. Just see once again, and thanks for today. Thank you.